everybody, I'm Laura, and today we're going to practice a guided visualization and meditation technique that I'm calling ocean breath. Now, throughout this experience, it's important that you remember that you're in charge, that at any time, if anything feels uncomfortable or it's not right for you, that you are safe, comfortable, and able to step away as needed. And I'll remind you of that as we go through. For this practice, we are paying attention to our breath in our body. So if that makes you anxious, then this might not be the right practice for you today. If you find yourself getting anxious, just stop, it's no problem. You might want to have a pen and paper handy to take some notes during or after the exercise. So we're going to start by orienting ourselves to the space we're in. I want you to make sure you feel good where you are. Take a moment and look around your space. Make sure that you feel satisfied with where you are, with the conditions. Are the lights the way you want them? Is the door closed if you need it to be closed or locked? Is your phone not going to ring during this time? It's just about 10 minutes that we're taking here. And then how does your seat feel? Wiggle around, get comfortable, adjust anything you need to. Now, let's get in touch briefly with the feeling of our body so that we can return to that as needed. Can you feel your hips or your legs on the floor? Can your hands feel the texture of whatever you're touching? How about the air in the room? Can you feel it on your skin? And if your eyes are open, if that's helpful as an anchoring point, remember that you can always come back to eyes open if you do choose to close your eyes. Now, we're going to start here by either closing the eyes, or you can keep them open if you prefer, and just start to pay attention to how you're breathing in your body. We don't need to change it. We don't even want to change it at this point. The only suggestion I'll make is that if possible, let's breathe through the nose, in and out, and see what that feels like in your body. Now, notice the breath as it comes in. Notice the breath as it goes out. We don't need to breathe in any special way. We're just watching or observing or feeling the breath, almost as though it's rising and falling. So we notice a little rhythm of breath, in and out. You may notice that your breath already has started to change on its own. That's fine. Now, let's see if we can match this breathing in and out pattern to our imagination. Feel or sense or remember or imagine that you are at a beach, you're on a shore, and you're watching and hearing and feeling the waves come in and out. So as you breathe in the waves, the water comes in, and as you breathe out, it gently draws away from the shore. You might sense or imagine or feel your toes in the sand. As you breathe in, maybe the water creeps up to the toes. As you breathe out, you feel that gently draining away. All the while remembering that you're still in your safe room, you're still in your body, you're still connected to the sound of my voice, and that any time, if it feels uncomfortable or anxious, you can change the experience or you can stop this meditation. If it is feeling okay, I'd like to invite you to stay with this feeling of the ocean breath, breathing in, the wave comes in, and breathing out, the wave goes out. Can you see maybe a color to the waves? Can you feel the temperature of the water? Maybe the spray gently on your face. Maybe you can feel that sun on your skin, the warmth on your body. Maybe there's something else you can notice here. Now, we're inviting our mind, our unconscious or subconscious mind, to participate a little more actively. As the water comes in, as you breathe in, what's carried in with it? What do you see in that wave? Maybe fish, maybe shells, maybe seaweed. Maybe you experience other objects or thoughts or images coming in with the breath. And what happens as the breath leaves the body, as the wave goes out? Does that thought, emotion, or object stay on the sand or stay in your mind's eye? Or is it carried away into the water again? Remembering that you're in charge, and if anything washes up on shore that you're uncomfortable with, that you can invite that next wave to carry it away. So it's a dialogue, but you still have control. Notice, what do you see? What do you feel? What do you experience here? It's okay if this feels challenging. Sometimes images are hard for people. Can you just feel in your body whatever there is to feel as you imagine yourself at the ocean? The wave comes in with the breath. The wave goes out with the breath. Is there a feeling of satisfaction or comfort in your body? If there's any feeling of discomfort or anxiety, is there anything you can do to help alleviate that? Is there an object that you want to have with you in your imagination, or a presence? Somebody you could invite to be there with you? It might be that you're experiencing the contents of your mind as thoughts, maybe like little bubbles. And as the bubbles wash up onto the shore, we can watch them pop and dissipate as the water goes out. So we're connected here to our imagination, our experience of the breath as waves rising and falling, and allowing ourselves to be open to anything, no matter how unusual it seems, that might arise in your imagination here. Is there anything now riding over the waves toward you? Are there animals or objects on the beach with you if you look around, keeping that breath in the background, those waves in the background like a metronome, gently rising and falling? Perhaps in your imagination, it would feel interesting to play a little bit in the water. If you were to wade in or maybe dive in, maybe you can move like a fish or a dolphin or a merperson through the waves. What do you find in the depths? Remembering that at any time we can change the experience. You have the power and the control. So in this playful way, what are we experiencing at the ocean of our breath? Take another moment or two and see if you can be playful and curious and open. And if it feels too forced, or if it's not coming to you, then we come back to that very solid physical sensation of the breath rising and falling in the body, and just notice what the mind presents us with. If there's resistance, we notice that. If we hear a song or a memory comes to us, we notice that. If there's an object that we see in our mind, or a symbol, no matter how strange, or a color, we notice that. Let's stay with this for just another moment or two. And then, when you feel ready, let's reconnect to our more grounded physical experience in the body. If your eyes have been closed, we can open them. If it's helpful to look around the room, you can do that. But then before we get too far away from the work that we just did, take a moment and jot down anything that came up for you, anything you want to be curious about, anything you want to journal about, maybe draw or paint or create art or do some movement to. Use something you want to take to your therapist to discuss. Take a moment or two to write that down so that we don't lose it. And then, when you feel ready, you can start to invite more movement into the body and go on with your day. I hope this experience is helpful for you. I hope that it's generative for you. You don't need to feel like you're a creative person in order to do this kind of work. And sometimes we just need to find the right way to experience it for ourselves. I look forward to hearing how it was for you. Take care, be well, and I'll see you soon.